day 11 of our Pacific Ocean crossing. It was a slower leg than most of our others, but it was still a good time. How was your night?
Way better than last night. It was not scary and uneventful, thank God. And I sat here and I didn't almost fall out.
Unfortunately, yesterday our little, it's like the propane gas CO2 sensor got wet, and it has not worked since. It's not allowed us to use our propane, so we're gonna have to bypass that system. You got your manual valve there and your regulator here, and then underneath here is an electrical solenoid that you can control from the circuit breaker panel over there. The sensor is not allowing us to engage that solenoid, so we're gonna have to bypass that solenoid either down there with the sensor or just disconnect that and go straight manual there, because we need to be able to cook. So, it is what it is. Well, our propane system has this little sensor here that's supposed to sense gas and CO2 and stuff. Problem is this window was open this morning when the rough weather came through, and it got a little bit of wet in here, and it dripped down, and it drips down, and it hits the sensor down below. It's happened once before, and when the sensor gets wet, it won't allow us to turn the propane on, so we haven't been able to heat anything up all day. We've been just waiting for it to dry out, and we can't get a fan back in there, so I'm just gonna pull the dang sensor out and dry it off and put it back. Hopefully it'll work. If that doesn't work, we're gonna bypass the whole system, because this not being able to cook or make coffee or tea is a huge pain. And I don't know if you can see, look at this right here. So this is the sensor that got wet. I'm just gonna put it in front of a fan for a while, and hopefully that dries it out, and whatever its problem is corrects itself. If it doesn't, then we're just gonna have to bypass the whole system. I set this thing in front of a fan for about 45 minutes, plug it in and see if it works. Hopefully it does. We need to be able to heat stuff up. We've been eating sandwiches and snack bars all day. Got to go through a little self-test for about 30 seconds. This is the controlling unit right here. It's got several different alarm types for several different types of stuff. No good. So pull it out and we'll let it sit again for a while. And then if not, we're gonna have to try to bypass it. Okay, so from looking at this circuit board, you got your power, which is your red, your positive. You got negative is black. You also got a ground, which is green, and you got a white line that would tell me, because it's not a power thing, that it's kind of the information side of it. So if it connects the circuit through the little sensor, maybe it powers or puts a ground, this green line, to the white. And so that's maybe what gives it power. So we will try connecting the ground to the white line, which I would hope is the voltage that connects the circuit that allows everything to open. So we'll see if that works. To turn it on the panel, and you come over here, and you got your little detection on light over here. So it's going through its little self-check. When it goes solid, then it's ready to go. There we go. No beeping. That's a good sign. Normally when this goes on, within 5 seconds after that light goes on, it gives a beep on your
So you did
food.
it?
So hang on.
Where's the fire?
I gotta turn it on first. We got fire.
Oh, it's there.
Okay.
Start my coffee.
On a boat, basically you gotta be part electrician, part plumber, part mechanic, part everything basically. Hopefully, I'm not an electrician at all, just deductive reasoning, you gotta use that. Hopefully that's what gets you through, and that's what got us through here, so. With the propane crisis solved, it was back to sailing. Well, we're making good time, but we've been heeled over like this for like at least 24 hours now.
I feel like 2 days.
Yeah, it might even be 2 days. It's kind of annoying. Winds have been like 12, well, they've been stronger all day, about 15 all day. They're 12 right now. We're moving right along, 6 knots, 6.5 knots. But it's kind of annoying. I'm ready to like lean the other way.
Oh, we're not gonna know how to walk on land. We're all gonna fall over.
No, there is, like seriously, the longest sail I've done, like time-wise, has been 7 days. And by the time I got off on the land, I was feeling a little wobbly on land.
12 days for me, same thing. Yeah. Land sickness.
It's so hard! Holy shit! It's kind of pretty.
Throw them in the water. No!
The rain's gone, so that's good. It's kind of scary. I didn't like that. It was really gray, and you couldn't see that far from the boat, so didn't like that. We're thinking, it's pretty exciting. I think we're gonna be there in a week. So we were kind of talking about what we're gonna do, and I think I'm just gonna fall over when I hit land because we've been healing so hard, but yeah, I'm excited to have some sand between my toes.
Been making good time. Winds have been holding. Been making 6 or 7 knots all day. We got wind and we'll take it for now.
Today was the first day I'm actually ready for a break. It's been pretty nice, been enjoying the whole sail. Today, I mean, it hasn't been unenjoyable. It's just we've been heeled over for about 36 hours in the same direction, same wind. And you know, when you're heeled over 25 degrees, whatever we are, it just makes everything more difficult. Everything is more difficult. Cooking, cleaning, sleeping, walking anywhere, going to the bathroom, it's 10 times harder when you're heeled over. I mean, like the camera you can see is trying to be level with the horizon, and this thing is just tilted. Anyway, but we got almost, I think tomorrow we'll cross the 1,000 miles to go mark. So we're making good time. We expect to be there in another 7 or 8 days. So it's moving right along.